Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the North East Non-League Show, episode 65, which is our Whickham FA Vase special. Welcome as well to our sponsors, DJ Private Hire, Gateway Accountancy Services Limited, Elite Goalkeeper Academy, and Motor 8. And join us now, we have the Whickham manager, Lee. Lee, thank you very much for coming on the show straight after training as well.
Thanks for having us, mate. Yeah, I've been a cold one tonight, like.
And tonight we're just going to be looking at the build-up ready for Saturday, and hopefully I've just been chatting there with the weather. Fingers crossed we'll get the game on Saturday as well. But we're just going to be chatting about obviously building up to the game and how special the tournament is for the Northern League as well. But as a manager, how important is the Vase to yourself and the lads, and obviously just the North East itself, really?
It's massive, isn't it? Because we, like, historically, the Northern League's always had a hold over it. Obviously with enforced promotion, it's sort of lost that a little bit. So I know we had Hebburn in concert a few years ago, but last year Haldane were the last team in. I'm not even sure which round they got to be fair. To be the only team left in is a bit of an achievement within itself, but not really coming this far to come this far now, are we?
Yeah, and I think it's nice as well. The same with Haldane last season. I think because all the teams that went out, I think the Northern League all got behind that one team and kind of pushed them as much as we can. And hopefully that will happen on, obviously, with Whickham on Saturday as well, isn't it?
Hope so, mate. My phones went. No, it's been going mad since. I don't know if it was me and there was another Northern League team, and I'll be doing it because it's good for the region, innit? And as I say, the Northern League sort of had one hand on it, hasn't it, for however many years, and now it's not really happening that much, is it?
No, 100%. I mean, I know Ross was going to come on as well. I know he's busy, the chairman, but as a chairman as well, as them rounds go on, and I know it's not as big as the FA Cup payment, but it's just nice to see the funds coming in, but also playing different sides around different areas, different part of the countries as well. It just helps the team name get out there more as well, doesn't it?
Drives up interest. We've got 3 coaches going down Saturday. Now, without this run, the interest might not have been there. So you just got to hope that we get through. 2, that 3 coach loads of fans coming down stay with the club in home games, and because there's a lot of games left to play. So we're hoping that it's not just really a one-off. We're trying to rev up interest in the club because, as I said before, when we come on, we don't really rely on any backers. We unfortunately don't own the bar where we go back to, so we're not relying on that for funds. So it's just self-sufficient, really. So the more people we can bring through, the more sustainable it is.
Yeah, we just chatted about the fixtures, and I feel sorry, fix. Look at this weather. You could be playing 7 games a week. Come the next couple of months, couldn't you? It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure we've got 7 games in 14 days of March. Now,
so I was made to come back. I'm here.
I come back and put in a form. If the weather's coming like this as well, it might be more.
Yeah.
So I keep saying to the lads, it's quite a big group. It's good, strong group. Everyone's just going to have to muck in now, and maybe games you miss what you think you should be playing, and vice versa. But everyone's going to be needed to go through them, because as nice as these cups have been, the league's still it's got to be our main aim really at the minute.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And getting on to the Vases and the rounds by round, the first round, Whickham 6, Campion 0, Patton Robson and Stevenson getting amongst the goals and that. What was it like the first game in the Vase?
Well, we knew they were good. They had a centre forward. I think he's moved on now, Marcus Deer. He scored a lot of goals before that. So we knew we were playing somebody good, but we just came out of blocks really fast. I think we were 2-0 up after about 10 minutes. And they just never recovered. We just put it on them early, went strong for it. And I think, I'm not being disrespectful, but it could have been a lot more than 6. In the end, we just sort of down tools at half time, and it was a really good performance, and we set ourselves up. And at that stage of the competition, you just go on, if we can get in the next round, it's a good, and just stay in the competition, because they're good to be in. So that's all where your thought process is at that time, right? Next game, let's see where we'll go. Let's and you're gauging yourself against other clubs in the same step in different regions. So that's where that was, to be honest. But they sit top of the league that Emily's in. I know Emily's got a lot of games in hand, and to be perfectly honest, I think they will win that league. But you got to take a bit of confidence in that. I mean, you just hit them for 6 and you play the team in second in the next round. So see what it brings.
Yeah, got to look after as well, don't it? Definitely. I mean, the second, obviously, the qualifying a bit more close to home, Berkeley, but you say the way they've come up and the way they started the season as well. But now it's kind of either getting beat 3-0, they're winning 5 or 6-0. It don't know which Berkeley's going to kind of turn up. But when you draw Berkeley, you know how the good start that they had around that point. What was your thoughts going into that game as well?
What a great management team, haven't they? So
yeah.
And to be honest, they've got the lads that well drilled that they're really effective at what they do, and they're good at it. All the players know the jobs. They're not really surprised they're doing well because if you look at the management team, you see why. But I wasn't there. I unfortunately had a stadium ban for that game, so that was my record against Berkeley. Something like played 6, lost 5, won 1. The one game I've won, I wasn't even allowed there. But by all accounts, that was a really tough game. We were under it for a lot, and we came on the right side of it. So that again was a really, really tough tie. Bit of a, I mean, there's no sort of needle in the game, but in terms of logistics, it's effectively a derby, just solely on area. But as I say, there's no needle in the tie or anything like that, or in the fixture. But that's a really tough game if you look at where they are. And looking back at it, that's probably, maybe other than Bury, that's the one game in the run that you think that's the one that stands out, rather even ahead of the Campion game, because I played Berkeley away. Berkeley's a better team than Campion from what I saw on them days. So I think that's one of the that's up there in this run, that one.
Yeah, and that takes you obviously into the actual first round as well. I know we'll touch on obviously the Blythe game a bit later, but I know we had Gav on and he was kind of mentioning in the run that he was having in the Vase, and he always going out and watching teams. He said his wife was killing him, but he was going like travelling. It doesn't matter who they were playing, they're going to watch them at least 2 or 3 times before they played them. Was that the kind of same with Whickham, where they're going to kind of see these teams and watching out players, or was more like social media, checking first stats and stuff?
It's more VO, to be honest, because I'm not going to give too much away about Emily. It was sort of with their fixture backlog, pinning dates when you get to watch teams really tough. And if we're not playing, we're training. So it's been tough, but we sort of lucky that Emily have played 2 teams in the Northern League. One team they've played, I'm quite close to their management, so there's a lot of stuff that's came in from them. So that'll be the same with regards to them playing us, unless they've got someone at hand who's sort of split away from the fixture they're playing. I couldn't see any way that they will get up to watch us management wise, as I say, unless they've split call sign. But it's just the backlog of fixtures it's just crazy, isn't it?
It's killing teams, isn't it? But that first round, and obviously the first away game as well, down Ashton, winning 4-2, Robson and Romana getting 2 goals each, and it was nice to get that away day. And I think a lot of the clubs in the Northern League treat any away day in the Vase, these cups, a long distance, a bit more like a jolly boy out as well. So it was nice possibly to get away games and a few drinks on the bus, I would imagine, as well.
Not on a Tuesday night in Manchester, mate. Jesus. I think we set up about 4 o'clock, and like the squad consisted of 11 players, 2 lads who were at school the next year, just hit 16, and Tom Romano, who is actually from Ashton, and he just left us the week before to relocate back home, and I drafted him in because he lives around the corner.
It's crazy.
He came off the bench. He came off the bench at half time, scored 2 goals. He scored his first touch. Well, he's done that. You know what? He's done that a lot for us. He was really unlucky not to start as many games as he did, but with Robson, it's going to be tough for anybody to get in. Every time he came on off the bench, he scored.
Yeah,
and it's a hard replace that.
Definitely. I think one of the big ones was the next round and the second round, obviously Bury and the 709, I think it was on the night, on the day, and Agnew getting the goal, getting through that run. But it was just the build-up was nice on social media, and like you say, in the group and stuff, we were sharing as much as we can, and I think it was in the newspapers. I think it was nice to see that Bury team come up and, like you say, get them beat as well at the end of the day.
They were in terms of like step 5, you could see that they're a level, as a club, a level above. And I don't know, because when we played Macclesfield in the FA Cup, their players were all walked onto the pitch before, and every one of the players was over 6 foot. They just looked
Right.
like athletes. You know, the higher you step up the pyramid, the more you see them. When Berry came on without being, again, I'm not being disrespectful, that wouldn't be, but I looked at them and I thought, we've got them. I fancied us. I really fancied us for that game. And the first 10 minutes, I would say Berry had a go. Then after that, it was much of a muchness in the game. I don't think they offered a lot. We maybe didn't offer chances after chance, but the one we got, we put away. And that's all that matters. It's scoring the top corner, doesn't it? We got through. It was a great day.
Like you say, I was going to ask Ross a nice payout for the chairman as well. Attendance.
He's never told us. It's a great topic. Look, it is a club for the club because you set off at the beginning of the season, you'll never ever include cup runs as a source of income because they're just as they come. But with the cup runs we've had, you like to think it's put enough into the club now to see it. It's helped with the run costs because with all the games being off, with sort of lost revenue and stuff, which every club's facing. Hopefully that's made put a dent in it for them. So there also gives the committee work so hard, like really hard, as all committees do. And the volunteers down to the pitch, and, working, and they give everything. So just these little days that we've had, and being able to give them, it's nice for them. You come into the clubhouse after, and you see how happy they are, and for the work they've put into it for the week, just to give them that little moment, send them back home happy. It's one of the biggest things in the achievement of winning for me.
No, really good. Just got a little bit quietly. I don't know if you got the microphone covered. No, it's all right, mate. Just keep going. I got to go. But yeah, like you said, it's just nice for the fans, and like you say, the people and the volunteers that just put so much effort in to make sure you get these games on, serving food and stuff like that. It's nice for them to see it as well. But again, the third round, another home game against Earl this time, and obviously this was a defeat in the first game. I mean, what was your thoughts on the game overall? The defeat to start with.
Probably could be still there now, mate. We wouldn't have had a shot on target. It was just that game.
Yeah.
They didn't do a lot. Sort of mirror us to Bury, if that makes sense, where we just had a chance and something dropped to us in the box, and it was the same detail there. Put it in. You've got to feel sorry for them in a way, do you know what I mean? Like, but we don't make the rules. We don't enforce them. Yeah. We didn't break them. It's the FA picked it up. That's the top and bottom of it. So you've got a second stab at it, which was what I keep reminding them in these games. We've been given a second chance at this. Do you want to feel how deflated we did when we came in after the Earlham game? Because it was a pin drop.
Yeah,
and it wasn't nice. You listen to every time sort of we lose a game. I'll try to let the lads listen to the team celebrating the next changing room, just to hear that. The reaction, to see how much it hurts, that you never want to be sat listening to that again through the changing rooms. You need to use that to take it to the next time without being sort of arrogant and stuff like that. But you want to be the one that's doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. How did you find out the news? Was it just a message that came through, or a phone call from someone at the club?
It was. To be honest, it was picked up during. But then again, they say the FA picked it up also. So that was just a case of one that the fact that they picked it up, the FA, it was just left to them to make the decision. I sort of had my head wrapped around a replay on the tie.
Yeah.
Something similar happened with Red Star last season, I believe, and that tie got replayed. So that's where I had my head on playing the fixture again, but putting the fixture right, sort of going through what you would say the right way. But again, we don't enforce the rules. We don't decide the outcome of it. We felt fortunate. That's what it was, because it was a poor performance. We didn't deserve to go through on the day, but we got another chance at it. So we've got to try and make the most of that one.
That's it. I think, like you say, once you tell the lads, look, you're back in the Vase now, you've got a second chance. I mean, that's got to push anyone to say, right, we can go all the way now and try and get as far as you can. I think that's a massive, like you say, going to any game in the Vase now, that could be a huge thing for Whickham, isn't it?
Just competition football, isn't it? It's on the day. You literally get 90 minutes and then it's penalties. That's it. You've got 90 minutes. You You can't come into the changing room and think, I should have, I would have, I wish I could have that moment again. You've just got to leave it on the pitch, everything. And if you leave it all on the pitch and it's not enough, you can look at each other because you've done everything. You've done everything you can. And if it's not to be, it's not to be. But it's not. It's not going to not. It's not going to not to be by not putting the effort in. And obviously, I think the lads have realised they've had a second chance on it. So you just got to make the most of it. It's nice to be here, but you don't want to just be here for that. You're a few games away from. It's the pinnacle in football, really, playing at Wembley, isn't it? Like it doesn't matter what level, if you're pro, international, or this level, it's a pinnacle of playing in football, playing there. But just one game at a time, I suppose, for now.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, the next one was the big one. I think the fourth round in Blythetown. I know a lot of people chatting about this going into the game being what it's like to say a massive game for both sides. I think kind of going into the game, I know we spoke to Gav a couple of weeks before the game, I think it was, and they just said it was the two great sides going into it and expecting a lot of a lot of passing play. I think on the Blythe pitch at the time, I know they said they were struggling. There was lots of bumps and bobbles, but going into the game, what was your thoughts facing Blythe? Obviously, how well they're doing in Division 2.
On that, they did well to get the fixture on.
Mm-hmm.
The way the surface was and the weather, they did really, really well to get the game on. But I knew a lot about Blythe. They've sat at the top of the league all season. That's not a fluke.
Yeah.
I've noticed how good they were last season when we faced them, the improvements, and it's just obviously carried on. It's built and built and built. And if you look at the players that they've got players some leagues above there now, you know. So I mean, the centre forwards are a right handful of me. So you look at what they've got, the building, they're doing it the right way, and I'll be honest, I think we'll be facing them again next season anyway. So I knew what we were up against. Again, it was a 90 minutes to leave it all on the pitch. I think I would say we potentially were the better side on the day, but there wasn't a lot in it. In chances, other people might see it differently and see other things, but just an opinion. It's only football. And then when it goes to penalties, it's just a roulette, isn't it?
That's it. You talk about the changing rooms after games, but to win a game on penalties, the changing room must have been, like you say, going to fifth round. I thought very excited after the game.
It was, and then credit to Blythe, they came in, Gav came in and congratulated the lads, which is, you know, it's a bit classy, but it will also have been, it'll hurt him that he's lost, but he came in, said congratulations, which it goes a long way. And then the chairman came in with a case of lager for us. There, your lads get, I get in with that, and I got a bit of respect for them from a few years ago. One of my lads got injured on the pitch, and they did everything they could to facilitate and help. So put them two things together, you know, and I left thinking it's a club and it's a good club going the right way. But our changing room was bouncing that one after that one. Like.
Brilliant, man. But it's nice just to build up, like you said, to the big game now on Saturday. Touchwood, get the game on with this weather. But like you say, going to the game, Emily doing really well in the league at the moment. But like you say, they played Gisborne and Heaton as well. And like we chatted on there, I imagine you've had chats with the managers of kind of how they play. But I think again, it's nice, like you say, with the support of the Northern League and get that split support, and it just helps a little bit going into the game as well, doesn't it?
But those, they're a top side. They've got players from one league, two league above. They were a top side. But again, it's competition football. It's 90 minutes. We're a match for anybody. Like, we will be a match for anybody. And the lads seem to have something in the teeth about this competition this season. And I'm not going to say bring it on. I don't want to sound too above yourself, but we've got, you shouldn't fear anybody in football. You should always respect them. You shouldn't fear anybody. It's 90 minutes, 16 men, potentially. Going at it for 90 minutes, leave it all on the pitch, and what will be. If we give the best version of ourselves, which we're obviously pushing to do, you've got to fancy yourselves, haven't you? It'll be a tough game. I've spoken to the lads at Heaton. It'll be a tough game. They pushed them. Heaton were missing quite a few players that day, and they pushed them all the way. So see what comes of it. We're going down with a really strong squad. Good set of lads as well. Coaches are full. We'll be backed. Everybody be on our side. So 90 minutes, just got to leave it on the pitch and see where it takes us.
No, massive day. Like I say, fingers crossed. If you get that win, like you say, you look back at the rounds building just up this one, like you say, the penalty shootout win, getting back into the Vase and hopefully get this win, and that'll take the quarterfinals. I mean, with everything that's happened in the past, if you do get the quarterfinals, the players must think, right, we've getting here now. We've got to take it all the way now, surely.
That's this. It's in the back of your mind now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't want to be getting this far to get this far. And then it's a long coach drive home, thinking of what if we should have, why didn't we? We've just got to leave everything we've got on there, and you should be coming off this pitch on Saturday not being able to walk. That's the way you have to approach this game. You sort of go into battle, you leave everything you've got on there, and then you come in after and then you digest it. You just got to leave everything you've got and be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself. You should never have any regrets.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, fingers crossed we do get that win on Saturday. We must just for Whickham, the North East, but obviously, like even just like the people like yourself, just absolutely love North East and all in football. It's huge, and I hope we do get that win on the weekend as well. But we're just chatting kind of about the league as well, and obviously, like I say, with the cup runs, the weather, it just means the backlog of games. And I think even looking at this week, I think in the past, if there was a few more games played, possibly no midweek game leading up to this game, but obviously played in just how long the other night. And it's just hard to keep putting them teams out and expecting the goal lads to play in the massive game on Saturday. You had to change things up as well, didn't you?
I changed it up on Tuesday for Towler, and that wasn't any disrespect to Towler. If we'd have played Bishop, I'd have did the same thing, because after this we're backed up with a semi-final against Aycliffe on Tuesday night, and if we're not going to win the league, we're probably never going to win the league at the beginning of the season. You've got to be outstanding over 38 games to do it, and the team that's top of the league are the best team in this league, hands down. And I couldn't have been responsible for a wrong selection, and something happened that sort of killed these next two fixtures for us. Plus, there's lads who have been patient and knocked and waited for the chance. You've got to give them lads a chance. Otherwise, with that fixture backlog, I'm literally going to have 11, 12, 13 players max. So you've got to be fair to the lads. That's, Thursday night, 7:30, sleet all over the Ford Hub. They're training. They're there. You've got to give them lads the chance they deserve. So that's what we did. We'll give them a chance. But we brought the other lads on at half time. We pulled the back round 1-3-2. The main thing for us going into that game was 3 points and nobody injured or banned. We did it, regardless how you get there. That's what we did. And then as soon as the game finished on Tuesday, full time whistle, you're in the changing room having a debrief, and then your full attention turns to prep for this game Saturday. But on doing that, we've still got a few injuries, but they were known injuries anyway. But from what's available, we've got a clean bill of health going into it.
Really good stuff. I know I did me the show early in the day, kind of chatting about the results over the last couple of days, and mentioned the Whickham game, and we just kind of said there might just be one of those 2 or 3 players that came in who may have not been getting the game time and thought, right, there's a massive game Saturday. I might come on off the bench on Saturday a little bit early. If I put this in, I'll do this. I'll score a couple of goals against Tower. But it could work in your favour as well. Like you say, them lads who's getting that chance now, I think, right, I might even get half a chance in the cup game of the weekend. It's massive for the players, isn't it?
That was the second reason we did it. It was, you've got that fixture. It may be the biggest game that some people have sort of been involved in, and if they've sat on the bench for 4 or 5 weeks consistently, what chance have they got of getting in that side? And I know it's also you're saying, oh well, you've only given us 1 game to do it, but you've got to be true to people. I guarantee there'll be games where we might have to go to Penrith midweek, and them lads will be the first ones on the bus. You've got to give them people what they deserve. So that was the idea behind it. But again, it was keeping people healthy and fit for Saturday, but also being true to the lads that you need. Like no 11 will ever win you anything, will they?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? No, 100%. But obviously, from the show and everyone in our Facebook group as well, the support all week's been absolutely massive. So I would say wish you the very best of luck for Saturday as well.
Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Hopefully we can get it done and we'll have a conversation in a few more weeks about the quarters. But let's see what it takes. We'll certainly give the best version of ourselves on Saturday, and we'll see where it takes us.
Brilliant, excellent. Well, best of luck from the North East Non-League show. I know we've had Leo before. We've chatted about mental health and stuff. I know we're just going to do a little tiny bit, like you said, about, I know we've had Matty on as well. We've tried to do at least every couple of 3 months just to keep putting that word out there if anyone's watching or watching back, that anyone's here for support. And like you said, Lee, I mean, go out for Christmas in January. It's probably one of the worst months, isn't it, after the Christmas period for anybody. But you're involved in them group of lads, and you can probably see more things going around than most people as well, I'd imagine.
It is, and do you know what? I'm not, out of respect for this, for the individual. I certainly will never name him. We've had a lad not been around a lot, and apparently it's made a big difference. It's, you know, they've seen that sort of decline, so we made a massive effort to get him there, to get him back involved with the lads. And it's just, you can see it's made a difference. He's just little things, just being involved in football or just speaking to people. It makes such a difference. And I just, as I said to you last time, mate, I honestly believe being involved in something with camaraderie like this, it's the best thing for you. Such a switch off from everything else. You're around the lads, you've got the crack on. You know what it's like being in changing rooms and just being around the lads. You can't look beyond how important it is. And again, for me, my message: if anyone thinks they're on the wrong side of things, speak to someone. Speak to me. Send me contacts will be on here for Paige. Just get yourself around any football club you can, involved in people. I promise it'll make a difference to how you feel and how you approach things.
Yeah, 100%. Same in the Facebook group. Like I say, I think on a Saturday we always tell people, please get your pictures and stuff. And now and then every weekend it's just getting bigger and bigger, where someone's just sitting in the clubhouse putting a pint on, a picture of the programme, or a selfie of one of the players or managers. Honestly, it's going absolutely crazy the weekend now. But it's just more and more people doing it and getting involved. But it could just be, like you say, one of those pictures or one of those things to come in, someone comments on it. I know a few people in the group will message me and just have a little bit chat about football, but it might just be 5 or 10 minutes. But that to them, that could be an hour or 2 hours that they feel like they've had a chat to someone, isn't it?
It is. It's opening up. It's got something that they probably never had. So 10 minutes then might feel like an hour, but it'll also feel like a massive weight off the chest. And it's not to be undervalued that. And it's certainly not for someone to look down on it, because you don't know how anyone feels really till you put their shoes on, do you? So it's about reaching out, getting involved in something, and I guarantee it'll make that person feel a lot better. And there is plenty of people that will be there for people. So it's just pushing the message in it, because the bloke stigma is something that will never shave off, and it's a fact. Bloke stigma, they're too prideful for ourselves. It's a fact. So it's just about reaching out, opening up. Plenty of people there for you. Plenty.
Like you say, we always hear if you need a chat, and I know Matty that was on as well. He's just come back from Turkey with his new teeth, so he'll be happy to chat any time with a smile on his face at the minute. He'll be back on in a couple of weeks as well. Been bragging about his new teeth.
He hasn't got turkey teeth, has he? I tell you what, if the floodlights ever feel up crook, all you need to do is smile. Be alright, wouldn't he?
Hope he's watching. But honestly, Lee, thank you so much for your time. Like I say, we wish the club and yourself and the players the very best of luck for the weekend as well.
Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for having us on. Take care, James.
Excellent. No problem. Thank you for everyone that's been watching as well. I hope you enjoy your weekends. And like you say, get all your pictures in the weekend of all the games that you're going to as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night as well.